Hello from Dhaka, this is Moktushi Jubaida Rahman and you are watching BSS News. At first, the headlines. Chief Advisor seeks Commonwealth support for upcoming general election. No worries about budget for Jatiyo Sangsad election, says Dr. Salehuddin Ahmed. Legal processes have driven all reforms, says Asif Nazrul. Khaleda under intensive care for her chest infection, says Professor F.M. Siddiqui. Washington keeps say a peace deal must fully uphold Ukraine's sovereignty. Now the details. Chief Advisor seeks Commonwealth support for upcoming general election. Chief Advisor to the interim government of Bangladesh, Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus, today sought the Commonwealth's full support for holding the upcoming general election, scheduled for the first half of February. He spoke during a meeting with Commonwealth Secretary General Shirley Ayorkor Botchwey at the State Guest House, Jamuna. Professor Yunus thanked the Secretary General for her interest in Bangladesh's election process and reaffirmed the interim government's commitment to a free, fair, and credible festive election. In response, Secretary General Shirley Ayorkor Botchwey assured full Commonwealth support for the elections and the post-election transition. She said Bangladesh could draw on the resources of the Commonwealth's 56 countries, including members of the G7 and G20. The Secretary General noted that she had met a wide range of stakeholders, including the Chief Justice, Law Advisor, Foreign Affairs Advisor, and Chief Election Commissioner, and expressed hope for the country's future. She also confirmed that the Commonwealth is preparing to deploy observer teams ahead of the elections. The two leaders also discussed youth empowerment, entrepreneurship, creating more social businesses, and advancing the 3-0 vision aimed at reducing unemployment, carbon emissions, and inequality. No worries about budget for Jatiyo Sangsad elections, says Adviser Salehuddin Ahmed. Finance Advisor Dr. Salehuddin Ahmed today said there is nothing to worry about the budget for the upcoming general election and any urgent requirement from the Bangladesh Election Commission can be arranged. He spoke to reporters after chairing the meeting of the Advisors Council Committee on Government Purchase and the Cabinet Division Conference Room at Bangladesh Secretariat, Dhaka. Dr. Salehuddin Ahmed said essential emergency expenditure may still be accommodated even after the election's schedule. He said the budget may need revision because holding the national election and the referendum on the same day will increase costs for manpower, security, and logistics. He noted that the referendum was not included in the Election Commission's initial projection. He said additional expenses may arise due to the enrollment of expatriate voters at foreign missions. He said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs may request funds and the Finance Division will provide support. On the Election Commissioner's remarks about the challenge of holding both votes on the same day, the finance advisor said the matter is outside his jurisdiction, but added that holding both together is more practical and avoids full mobilization twice. Regarding the use of body cameras by law enforcement agencies, Dr. Salehuddin Ahmed said the government has made a policy decision and procurement will proceed under the security agencies using their allocated budget. He did not disclose the quantity and said the number is the responsibility of the Home Ministry. He said necessary purchases will be made while keeping expenses reasonable. He also said the Finance Division recently cancelled a proposal for purchasing 100 replacement vehicles for outgoing ministers, noting that it was not necessary at this moment. Dr. Salehuddin Ahmed said internal revisions have already begun. All ministries have been given deadlines to submit final estimates so that the national budget can be revised in December and the election budget prepared by January for the next government. Legal processes have driven all reforms, says Asif Nazrul. Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul today said that reforms in Bangladesh have always taken place through legal processes. He spoke at the inauguration of the e-family court system at the Jagannath Sohel Memorial Auditorium of the Dhaka Metropolitan Station's Judge Court building. Dr. Asif Nazrul said that people can now settle family disputes without physically going to court because free services are available through legal aid. He noted that the new system involves 3 judges instead of 1, making the process more efficient. He added that reforms must be practical and gradual. He also said that although 21 reforms have been implemented by the Ministry of Law, they will not last unless lawyers and stakeholders stay engaged. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Advisor Sir Rizwana Hassan said the new system will push the judiciary toward a paperless structure and expressed satisfaction as the Environment Advisor. Special Assistant to the Chief Advisor on Posts, Telecommunications and Information Technology, Faiz Ahmed Tayeb, said the digital service will help legal professionals deliver faster and more effective services. Organizers said the new system will reduce delays, high costs, and travel challenges. It will also offer online processing, lower expenses, digital documents, round the clock registration, and online scheduling. Khaleda under intensive care for heart-chest infections, says Professor F.M. Siddiqui. Bangladesh Nationalist Party chairperson and former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda is receiving intensive treatment at Ayorkor Hospital after developing infections in both her heart and lungs. She was admitted on Sunday at 8 p.m. Medical board member Professor Dr. F.M. Siddiqui briefed reporters last night. He said several complications appeared at once and a chest infection affected her heart and lungs, causing severe respiratory distress. He said she is under 24-hour intensive monitoring and has already received urgent tests, antibiotics, and emergency treatment. The next 12 hours are crucial. The medical board is led by hospital specialist Professor Dr. Shahabuddin Talukdar with Professor F.M. Siddiqui and other local specialists, along with Dr. Zubaida Rahman and physicians from Johns Hopkins Hospital joining virtually. Professor A.Z.M. Zahid Hussain said she is receiving proper treatment and that no extremely alarming condition has been noted so far. The board will review her condition again after 12 hours. Tariq Rahman, Dr. Zubaida Rahman, and other family members, including Sayyida Sharmila Rahman, are closely monitoring her treatment. Begum Khaleda has sought dua from the people for her recovery. The 79-year-old former Prime Minister has long been suffering from arthritis, diabetes, kidney issues, lung complications, and other chronic ailments. Washington, Kiev say a peace deal must fully uphold Ukraine's sovereignty. The United States and Ukraine said any future deal to end the war with Russia must fully protect Ukraine's sovereignty. This followed constructive talks in Geneva between US, Ukrainian, and European officials, where an updated peace framework was drafted. The earlier US proposal had required Ukraine to cede territory, reduce its army, and commit to never joining the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Kiev pushed for changes. A joint statement said meaningful progress was made and both sides will continue work in the coming days. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Ukrainian negotiator Andriy Yermak both reported strong progress. Rubio said remaining issues were not insurmountable but noted any agreement must be approved by presidents and eventually involve the Kremlin. During the talks, a Russian drone strike killed 4 people in Kharkiv. Mayor Igor Terekov said civilian targets were hit despite ongoing negotiations. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said he will speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday. United States President Donald Trump criticized Ukraine for what he called zero gratitude. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky later said his country is grateful to the United States and to the President Trump for life-saving assistance. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said Ukraine must have the sovereign right to choose its own destiny and that the role of the European Union must be reflected in any peace plan. United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer and President Trump agreed on working together for a just and lasting peace. That's all for now. For more updates, visit bssnews.net. Thanks for watching.